The wealthy man opposite was having a conversation about work with his secretary, but they were unaware that a killer had already aimed at them. Unexpectedly, the killer made a mistake and killed the wrong person. In order to prevent himself from being exposed, the killer decided to retreat immediately. First, he disassembled the weapon and put the parts in his pocket. Then, he took off his coat and wrapped the gun barrel with it. After that, he put on a motorcycle helmet and left the building calmly. By the time the police arrived at the scene, the killer had already ridden away on his motorcycle and thrown the weapon parts into different sewers. After moving to a safe area, he took off his helmet and gloves and nonchalantly threw them into the river. Subsequently, he found a small inn without surveillance cameras, changed all his clothes, wiped his entire body with cold water, and carefully shaved off his beard. After putting on new clothes and a new hat, he looked completely different from before. Taking a taxi to the airport, he secretly removed the fingerprints on his hands and then casually threw the things into the trash can. His identity passport was also ready, so he went through all the checkpoints smoothly. To prevent himself from being located, he threw away the SIM card and crushed his phone with a kick. After getting on the plane, he was a completely clean person. However, he still didn't dare to let down his guard. A man seemed to be following him, but he also looked like an ordinary passenger. He thought he was just being overly suspicious. Unexpectedly, he met the man again when getting off the plane. The killer, who was always calm, started to feel a bit nervous. The man haunted him persistently and was always within his sight. The more the killer thought about it, the more he felt something was wrong. So he immediately bought a ticket to another city for the next day. After checking into the hotel at night, he asked the waiter to bring him a dinner. As soon as the waiter left, he immediately locked the door from the inside. Then he placed a cup on the doorknob and a plate on the floor to block the door. Nevertheless, he still didn't dare to sleep peacefully. Instead, he held a dinner knife in his hand, turned off the lights, and sat on the sofa with his eyes closed, feigning rest. In this way, he managed to hold out until the next day. Finally, he got rid of the suspicious man, boarded the plane, and after going round in circles, he eventually returned to his own city. His car was parked outside his house. He drove the car back to his villa but found several footprints at the door. No one else should have known about this place. The killer immediately took out the pistol from the car, then climbed over the fence into the yard and carefully approached the villa from the side. There was still loud music playing inside. There must have been uninvited guests in the house, but when he rushed into the villa,